Good evening. Welcome. This is the Fort Valley Boys Podcast. I'm your host and moderator, Peyton Dixon. On tonight's hot episode, we're going to recap week one in NFL. Do we have the two best teams in NFL that play Sunday night? Or is it just luck? Do we have the best team in the NFL, the Packers? Is Kansas City on the clock for not making the playoffs? And we're also going to recap college football week two. Not a lot of games, and preview a very interesting week three in college football. All this and more on today's version of the Fort Valley Boys Podcast. So I'm finna hit that button. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Boys. Yeah. Hold on. We them boys. We them boys. And welcome to the Fort Valley Boy Podcast. Of course, I am Fabian Vicks. My guys will be with me in just a moment. And we have a lot of sponsors that we got to give shout out to. We still haven't got paid for them for being doing this show almost 6 years. Still haven't got paid yet, but you know, it is what it is. Dax, Wave, and Groom. Michael Atwater is a friend of mine. He does not want to do hair club for men because he doesn't want to do hair club for men. But he has waves. He has had waves for the longest time in his life, and I'm proud of him. I'm very proud of him. I hope he knows that I'm proud of him. And he's used Dax, Wave, and Groom all his life, 30, 40 years, and he still has waves, and he has no hair. So this is a testament of his hair is crashing like an ocean, and he is bald-headed. Dax, Wave, and Groom stays in your life for all of your life. So make sure that you get some of that Dax, Wave, and Groom anywhere that you buy hair products. Crazy Straws, Ryan Anderson. That's his. He got a straw business. He's a fan of the Steelers. He got them black and yellow. If you're a Bulldog fan, go damn no. Or if you like the Cowboys, they shape like an L. The Cowboy straw shaped like an L. So if you want some straws, hit them up. Just for men, if you have some gray in your beard, gray in your face, just go ahead and put that gray, put that on just for men in there. He's going to set you up for life. Going to set you up for life. Davis Podcast, chop it up. Dang, we miss you. Fat face up. Come on back on the show. Arizona T, 99 cents. Had diabetes in 99 seconds. Buy a nice shirt.com. Bernard Ingram. He will be at homecoming October 4th. I have a major announcement to make in a minute. October 4th. He has HBCU and Divine 9 paraphernalia. Get your stuff from there. Fort Valley shows on Wednesdays. Sundays we got football. Of course, we're not going to be on YouTube and Facebook. Catch it there. And of course, our favorite sponsor, Henny & Coke, Crown Royal XO, Ginger Ale, Dark Liquors. Coming to the stage right now, we call him Michael Atwater.
What the bid?
What to do? Get him up. Get him up.
Oh, before we begin, man, I just want to get on the air and say, man, everybody know about today's events with Mr. Charlie Kirk, and whether you on the left, the right, Democratic, Republican, whatever, man, this dude, he's got two little girls that's gonna grow up without a dad, and he got a wife. Like it's tragic, regardless, man. It really is. So, man, praying for Charlie Kirk and his family. I didn't follow him. I, wasn't necessarily no supporter, but this dude lost his life, man. He lost his life, and that's something we got, put in consideration. So, praying for Charlie Kirk and his family, man.
You know what I would know me and him have in common?
What?
I don't have no empathy. All right, let's go on with the show.
Wow, boy, y'all rough. Wow.
He put himself in there. He put himself in a predicament. Yeah, wrong is wrong, but at the same time, he didn't have no empathy. He don't care. I feel bad for the kid. I don't feel bad for him. So
rough, man.
it's just rough. He got shot. It wasn't by a black person. It wasn't by a minority. So you can't blame us. I just want to know you will keep that same energy in DC you did in Utah. You're going to have in Utah. Have the National Guard there.
They want Chicago too.
Notice he putting in black cities, but he gonna come to Georgia though. The Georgia's not it's a Republican state. That's the only thing. Anyway, enough about political rant. I feel bad for the Kirk family. I just don't feel bad for Charlie because he made his point known. I want to start this week in this great state of Florida. I want to start with our guy Billy Napier. What do you have planned today? That's productive. Well, boy. Okay. I know his pants got some holes in it on the back side. Mike.
Yeah, it's hot. That seat hot, boy. That seat definitely hot. And Billy Napier, your Florida Gators was supposed to win that game because these next 4 games are stretched with, I think, LSU, Texas, I think Miami. They got a tough 4-game stretch, man. This dude could easily be 1-5 by the middle of October. By the time they play Georgia, he could be under 500 already.
I believe they play LSU this weekend. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He got a tough 4-game stretch.
ESPN already got an article. Coaches on the hot seat already. We only 2 weeks in. Billy Napier on the hot seat. They say Mike Gundy is on the hot seat. He's been there for a minute.
Yeah, Mike Gundy on the hot seat. You can't get beat 69-3, man. 69-3. You a Power 4 program? No. This ain't Oregon didn't play Colorado State or Nevada. They played another Power 4 program.
I beat the brakes off them.
And you got beat 69-3.
That's not good.
I don't give a damn how good you are at a Power 4 level. You ain't supposed to be getting beat 69-3 and you're another Power 4 school. You can lose the game by maybe 20, 30 points, but 66 points? Now, when is the last time we heard a Power 4 team play another Power 4 team losing by 66 points?
I've never heard that. I never heard that. I'm still back.
Last time I heard of a game like that was about 4 years ago when Georgia won the national championship, and I think they beat Vanderbilt like 60-0.
Or they beat TCU like 63-7, right?
Yeah, something like that.
So yeah, that's a Power 4 school.
That's crazy, man.
All right, let's take a look at the primetime game, which really was mid to me. Oklahoma, Michigan. Oklahoma won that game. Brett Venables beat a ranked team. But Underwood, the quarterback Underwood from Michigan, didn't throw the ball a lot. You blame him, you blame Sharon Moore for his lack of passing.
I just think it's part of the game plan. The game plan wasn't the greatest. I think the game plan for Michigan was to come in and try to run the ball and pound Oklahoma. Hey, man, don't be surprised this Mater dude is in the Heisman Trophy conversation when it's all said and done, especially if Oklahoma keep winning. Like, he's building. He's building that resume. But I just think it was one of them things where you got an 18-year-old quarterback going in a hostile environment, and y'all know how I feel about freshman or first-year starting quarterback going in a hostile environment. It don't always turn good. It's not always a good situation for him.
All right, coming to the stage right now, we have Diamond. All you do is be oh my bad. I don't know why. All you do is be records. Big strong anthem coming in hot. What's your thoughts? We're talking about the Michigan Oklahoma game. What's your takeaway from that game?
Man, I'm going to agree with Michael, man. The young freshman quarterback. We talked about this last week. I was talking about Arch Manning, even though he a sophomore. Them environments, man, is something else. I expect him to have a good rest of the year. But this Texas A&M team, this Oklahoma team, man, somebody better be on alert this year because they ain't the same Oklahoma that they've been. So, man, great game. It just kind of showed that the SEC is still the best, man. in my opinion. But man, that's a grow up game. That's a grow up game. If anything, you learn from it, and you learn from your mistakes. You keep on going. So that young man gonna be all right, though. He gonna be all right.
Yeah, Oklahoma went up 5 spots on the AP poll. They're at 13. Next game they play Temple. Then they play home versus Auburn. Then they got a break in Kent State. Then you thought Florida's schedule was wrong, Michael.
It is.
Well,
These next 4-5 games, what Oklahoma got?
Oh, I'm going to tell you. Started on October 11th, Texas, South Carolina, Ole Miss, Tennessee, Alabama, Missouri, LSU, all back to back.
That's a tough stretch. We're gonna see because that's a tough stretch.
He might be 4-8. He might be 4-8 and losing jobs, dude.
Well, they're wrong.
But that's gonna tell you who they are.
Ryan, we open up with Florida, man. What you think about Billy Napier and the Gators?
So is it they lost the game, or did the USF win the game? I mean, the penalty, the spitting penalty, and then the screen pass, that was crucial, man. That was something else. That's something else. They're gonna have to turn it around, because if not, man, they're gonna have to turn it around and try to be on the brink of the SEC championship. Because if not, Billy Napier, it's an assistant job waiting for you somewhere. Because you ain't finna be your head coach of Florida no more.
Real quick, friend of the show, Fred Johnson Sr. said that the teams that are listed off on Oklahoma's schedule are overrated teams. Probably because he's from the state of Ohio, where the national champions reside. I look at it like this. They ranked. That's all I can say. They ranked.
They ranked for a reason. These first couple of weeks, man, teams still feeling themselves out. After week about 7 or 8, that's when the teams are who we think they are. Because these first weeks are based on seniors coming back, returning starters. Like, let's take Florida, for instance. We just finished talking about Florida. Billy Napier, he's pushed all the chips in on the table on DJ Lagway. Is DJ Lagway who we think he is? We don't know.
Man, I said that earlier this week. DJ Lagway may turn into DJ Ugalele. He is on the way.
All right.
By the way, that phone call, hey, Chris Smart, tune in to Fort Valley Boys right now on YouTube or Facebook. That's it. That's all. That is all.
Coach Napier, we got a spot for you on the show if you'd like to come on there after you get fired after week 8 and 9. We got a spot for you. We don't pay no money though, but we got a spot for you. Because that buyout, you got that buyout, you straight. Doing my shit.
He just ain't trying to listen to the podcast. I'm finna get us another viewer here real quick while we do our thing here on the Fort Valley Boys podcast. This is live, ladies and gentlemen. This is live.
Yeah, so I want to do some week 3 preview. Week 3 preview, Mike. What's the game you're looking forward to seeing this week?
I mean, I would be remiss if I didn't say Georgia at Tennessee. But I'm going to tell y'all a sneaky good game this weekend, man. Is in Atlanta, Clemson at Georgia Tech. This is damn near a must-win game for Clemson since they already got a loss. Let's see what they do in this environment playing Tech. Because that game going to be wild, man. It's going to be a wild football game Saturday. And Georgia Tech got a shot at beating Clemson. Do not be surprised Georgia Tech beat Clemson. I'm curious to see what our dogs do in Tennessee. Over the last week or so, people been critical of Georgia against Austin Peay. Look, man, Georgia was working on stuff, practicing stuff to get ready for Austin P. To get ready for Tennessee. Think about it. They're not going to show and put too much on film so you can be ready for it. Georgia will be ready for Tennessee. I'm curious to see what Gunnar Stockton does. If Gunnar Stockton is going to be ready to handle that environment. Tennessee going to be playing without their 2 starting cornerbacks. Let's see if we can expose that. But if this was the, let me say it like this: the confidence and trust I got in Kirby Smart to go in this environment and win is way high and way bigger than what I had with a Mark Richt team. With a Mark Richt team, Georgia probably wouldn't have had a great chance. I think Georgia got a hell of a chance in that game, but I wouldn't be surprised if Georgia were to lose that game playing in Tennessee. I don't think it'll happen, but I wouldn't be surprised. And I'm saying that to say this: you can't beat your 3 rivals every year forever. Tennessee, Auburn, and Florida. I can't remember the last time any one of them teams beat Georgia. I think last time Auburn beat Georgia, it was it 2017, 2018?
Cam
So
Newton.
it was it's been past Cam Newton. Auburn beat Georgia. That year Georgia played national championship against Alabama like 17 to 18. Because Georgia came back and bust Auburn up in the SEC championship game. So that's been about 7, 8 years. It's hard to keep beating your rivals every year. Like I said, last time Tennessee, Auburn, and Florida beat Georgia, I can't even remember.
Well, the thing is, I think there's a huge discrepancy in the talent. Kirby has recruited really well, and Kirby's been there, and they have solidified him as the coach. You talking about Tennessee? How much trust do they really have in Josh Heupel? He's had some good teams, and they just haven't produced. You talking about Auburn? Shoot, do they really believe in Hugh Freeze over there? I'm just saying. I think there's a section divided where you're gonna have part of it is gonna be with Hugh Freeze, and then part of them still with Cadillac Williams when he left. So I agree with you. You can't keep beating them, but I don't see this to being the year where they stop them. But the way Auburn's playing, who knows? They helped the Skelter anyway.
My favorite game is Albany State versus FAMU because Albany State to get the brakes beat off on them.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying. And that's all I'm going to have to say on that situation.
Y'all think Georgia Tech got a shot against Clemson?
Everybody got a shot.
I think they do.
Everybody got a shot.
I think they got a shot.
Ball.
I actually think I hadn't even put my picks in yet, but I'm putting them in after the show. But I really think Georgia Tech, the way Clemson played against LSU, told me a lot. And if Georgia Tech goes out and plays anything like they played in that first week of the season, I think they could get them.
Yeah, everybody got a shot on Applebee's bar, liquor store, my cabinet. Everybody got a shot. Ryan down there at the bottom. Everybody got a shot. It'll be a good game though. I think Clemson Dabo gonna find a way to. He gonna find a way. Somebody said nope.
Okay.
Okay.
That's our boy Chris Smart. That's our boy Chris Smart. Kappa and Ken folks right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's our guy. He just beat me 31-28 in our little dynasty we got on college football 26. I turned the ball over 5 times. He turned the ball over 4 times.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Chris Smart.
Y'all got it on Heisman or something.
We got it on Heisman, bro.
Yeah, that's about.
No, we got it. We know what? We got it on All American, but he's playing with Clemson, and it's the second year. So Klubnik has left, and they playing with that freshman quarterback, and I'm playing with Penn State. So every time I hit him, bloop, 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 bloop. So
yeah, Penn State,
and then I just played.
Was your team ranked? Was Penn State ranked?
Yeah, It was the whole both of them were ranked. We were ranked 3. We were ranked 3. He was ranked 8th, but I ended up getting Marcel Reed.
That's a big game. That's why. That's a big game. That's why you lost. Penn State. It's a big game. That's why you lost.
Okay.
It's a big game. It's a big game. James Franklin.
Well, they changed announcers on.
Yeah, Jane announced they went to Kurt Hurst Street and Chris Fowler. That's how you know. That's how you know you've been losing.
Yes.
But yeah, I know we switching subject. I'm running my dynasty on. I'm moving on to Alabama. That Ryan Williams, boy. That guy there. that boy there. Bird play every game. They run a fake jet sweep post. I run a bird play. I throw the ball. I think I got rid of Silkins, and I have one of my third string. Man, that joker, man. So that's all I'm going to say on this situation. That's all I'm going to say on the situation.
That's all I got to say about that.
That's all I got to say about that. All right, another game I want to really touch on real quick before we move to the NFL, because we got a lot of NFL we got to talk about. This rematch of Texas A&M and Notre Dame. That was a very good game last year. That was a sneaky good game last year. There was a season opener for Notre Dame. This was at the Big Cathedral in South Bend, and we got two new quarterbacks. I think Marcel Reed is starting for Texas A&M this year. Some say he should have started. Some should say he should have started the whole season for them last year, but it's neither here nor there. Notre Dame's coming off a big loss at Miami. Do you see 0-2 in the future, Big Strong?
I want to tell you, man, I could actually see Notre Dame winning this game. They want to bounce back. They want to make a statement against Texas A&M. I could see them winning it. We'll see how this Texas A&M Aggies team really is in this game. This is gonna be the litmus test, as they say. But I'm gonna tell you, it wouldn't surprise me if Notre Dame came out and won. They almost beat Miami. Let's not forget that. They could have beat Miami. So, and I know this is SEC talent, but I could definitely see it. I could definitely see Notre Dame eking this out, man. Texas A&M. We'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Irish. The Irish eyes are smiling. I'm going to go with them.
You got to kiss that bloody stone. You got to kiss the bloody stone. No, you're not gonna kiss the bloody stone. All right. Yeah, Texas A&M was ranked 16. Notre Dame dropped to 8th, but went back up one spot. Mike, do you see this as an 0-2 spot for Notre Dame, or you see Texas A&M faltering a little bit?
Nah, Notre Dame gonna handle their business at home, man. Just Marcel Reed first big game in that kind of environment, I think. Or maybe did he play a big one in LSU last year? Nevertheless, man, I think Marcus Freeman gonna have Notre Dame ready. I don't know if Texas A&M is one of them kind of teams for this environment. That crowd noise, man, the environment is so vital to the game, man, that people don't even realize. I don't know if he's gonna be ready for that or not, man. So I like the Irish in this one.
Okay.
Speaking of crowd noise, man, shouts out to Arizona State being able to withstand them cowbells, even though they took an L.
That was a lot of hype over Arizona State, and they went to bed against Mississippi State.
I mean, Mississippi State is one of them teams that's they may not finish in the top half, but they ain't gonna finish in the very bottom of the SEC. And that like Michael was just saying, that SEC environment right there and all of them cowbells. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You got to take them out. You got to take them out the game early. Because if you don't, that's all you're going to hear. That is all you're going to hear is them cowbells, man. Ring-a-ling-a-ding-ding.
Right now, they're unranked. They're ranked. They're 2-0. We'll make some noise. Let's take a look at their schedule real quick. They have Alcorn State. I don't know why you Alcorn State. I don't know why you get money. Okay, never mind.
Must be
Illinois.
money.
Now,
Must be money.
You're killing me. I must be money. All right, now Now, real quick, Mississippi State schedule starting on I don't know why they got TV. They must be the time. So I guess after they play in Northern Illinois on the 20th, because they're on a bye this. No, they're not on a bye this week. Play Alcorn this weekend. Tennessee, Texas A&M, at Florida, home for Texas. Arkansas is not an easy game. Georgia, Missouri, Ole Miss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. After the Northern Illinois game, 6 in the next 7 games will be against ranked opponents. Everybody talk about this Big Ten, this SEC. This is brutal.
Hey, but can we truly say that we still on top of the mountain as the SEC when we ain't won a championship in going on 3 years now? We had 2 back-to-back Big Ten champs.
Let me tell you something about that. I'm gonna tell you this. In the Big Ten, you're gonna have 2 to 3 teams that are gonna be good. In the SEC, it's like you got the top 4. You're gonna have your Georgia, your Alabama, your Texas, and whoever else decide to be in that 4th spot. But then that middle one, those middle ones, your Floridas, your this year it's your Vanderbilts, your Ole Miss. They compete. So I think top to bottom the SEC is better. I think top to bottom the SEC is better. I think now you might have
better. But I mean, when we talk about winning national championship right now, the Big Ten got to be on top. You had,
they don't want the last 2.
You had 2 teams in the Final Four last year, and you don't want it back to back. It'll be different if you won one and took a break. You want it back to back. And realistically, with Ohio State, Penn State, and Oregon, them 3 teams I would trust to win that championship.
You got to put Michigan in there. You got to put Michigan in there.
Michigan ain't in the same. Michigan not in the same category with them as far as a team that can win. I'm talking about teams that can win a national championship. Ohio State, Oregon, Penn State. I would trust them to win a national championship before I trusted Georgia, LSU, or Texas. Right now.
Well, I disagree with you. I see your point, but I have to disagree with you. I just have to disagree with you because I feel like the SEC and a lot of their offenses are, and it hadn't been. Now, don't get me wrong. I haven't been proven on the field, especially last year and in the playoff. But I just feel like top to bottom that the offenses are better. The Big Ten has always been, up until recently, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Right? Am I right or am I wrong? Yeah. So what you got to say is you got to you know what I'm saying, you run pro style offense at Georgia. Kirby runs a pro style offense. They just get into a pro style offense at Ohio State where Jeremiah Smith is getting the ball on a consistent basis. They've always had receivers. They've always had a decent back. And they had 2 last year. But you know, Big Ten football has always been run the ball. Now, what I will say, Michael, is that this influx of the West Coast teams, your Oregons, your Cals, not Cal, UCLA's, teams like that have diversified that conference. But I will be the first to say that the SEC top to bottom is still better than me. Still better than me.
Yeah, top to bottom, they're still better. But, I mean, you can't call yourself the king until you win the championship. And they ain't won one in 2 years, so, but it is what it is. We'll see.
All right, Mike, go ahead and start us off on the NFL.
Well, NFL week 1 done went by, and he is a bad man. Man, I'm going to turn it over to our local Pittsburgh Steelers reporter. Aaron Rodgers throws 4 touchdowns in a 34-32 victory over the New York Jets. Look, bro, kinfolk, the floor is yours.
So let me start off by saying this, that was the one of the more competitive games over the weekend. I enjoyed watching it. It was a back and forth thing, and New York they had a chip on their shoulder the whole time, the whole game. They did not want to let it go. And shouts out to Georgia native Justin Fields for playing an excellent game, played a really good game. I still hate you, but I would be the first to tell you he played a good game. The old man, the grand old man, 41 years old, did his thing and threw 4 touchdowns. Jonnu Smith, these acquisitions that they made in the offseason, Jonnu Smith, Jalen Ramsey, they here now. Jalen Ramsey with the game sealing textbook hard tackle. Textbook. If you want to teach your kids how to tackle, you a coach, you want to teach your players how to tackle. That's how you tackle a man, separating him from the ball. Go look at it. Perfect tackle. Head across the chest. The ball comes out. Wrap with both arms. That's how you tackle. So, yes, great competitive game. Shouts out to Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Well-deserved win.
Go ahead, Fake.
You muted? Can't hear you. Say again.
The defense looked terrible. They got punched in the mouth. The reason why I won the game, the kick returner fumbled the ball in plus territory for the Steelers. They came back and scored. And it is what it is. Yeah, I get that part. And that player got cut the next day. That's tough. Even the player was like, "Hey, dog, he made a mistake. He got to get cut." But that lets you know Aaron Glenn ain't playing no games. He was one. But the defense
I love the passion. I love the passion that they had. Aaron Glenn, former cornerback for the New York Jets, played for the New York Jets, is a coach for the New York Jets. From the first snap, they was hyped. They was almost like a college atmosphere. They were so ready to go. I appreciate the passion. That's great, man. That's great. I would give you that. I would give you that. Tough loss. Better win, though.
All right, let's that was a great game, but we'll be remiss not to talk about the Dallas Cowboy Philadelphia Eagles game on Thursday night. We're not gonna talk about how CeeDee Lamb dropped 3 passes. That's part of life.
4
passes. That I don't think he passed for 200 yards that game. But the one thing that impressed me, he was mobile, and you ever seen Dak really use his legs before his broken ankle injury back in 2020. He was very very moved. He was very fluid in the pocket. Fluid.
One thing I like about my Cowboys, they made an effort to run the football.
Yeah.
Years previously with Kellen Moore, Dallas didn't try to make no attempts to run the football. They made a conscious effort to be a power running football type team, and that's gonna win them a lot of games. Defensively, they got some things to work on, but they looked okay defensively. Like Cowboys looked better than what I thought. I thought Philadelphia was gonna beat them by 2 or 3 touchdowns. Honestly,
they did not look bad. But let me ask you this: Big Kelly, number 95 in the middle, that got traded with he was in the deal with Micah Parsons. He is what Jerry was talking about, trying to plug that middle up, trying to stop the run. But let me ask you this, Michael: if they didn't have the ejection in the beginning, do you think they would have ran the ball that well against Philly?
I mean, they didn't really particularly run it well. I don't even think they got over 100 yards. Maybe they did get over 100 yards. They would still. I think they wouldn't have made that many attempts. I think it'd have been more of a throwing game. But I mean, we digress. I'm sorry, Faye. Go ahead, because I know where you're going with this, Faye.
Where I'm going, I'm just going to talk about Jalen Carter, UGA player, 2-time national champ, or 1-time national champ. I think 2-time. He won 2. Drag racing incident wasn't projected. No more pick, got dropped by 8 spots.
Then you argue with Sirianni last year on the sideline. Now you're spitting on a quarterback. Okay, I get that part. But you spit on a quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys on a Thursday night game on NBC.
The first game of the year.
The first game of the year. And you don't get suspended an additional game.
So I think I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that the commissioner and the committee took into account that he was baited. He was baited into it. Now, not saying that I'm just saying he was baited. Hell, any man in his right mind, and you can be a competitor all you want, but you don't have to take the bait. You don't have to take the bait.
What was the bait? Dak spitting?
Dak spit. He probably said, we don't know what was said either, Faye. We don't know what was said. I don't know what else was said, but evidently when he spit, he said something and that he didn't like. I mean, but it is what it is. He wrong. The man is wrong. Is two left shoes. I'm just saying. But I just felt like he didn't play a down. So that's one game suspension, and I felt like them feeling that he was baited was enough. Now, Dak, they can say he was spitting on the ground trying to get his throat clear, but I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, he got the money fine. You're gonna have that FedEx check coming. What it say? That FedEx envelope coming saying that he's getting fined, and he's gonna move on, get ready to play week 2.
You know why Dak was clearing the throat, right?
That's what it was.
No, I say you know why.
Why?
I'll put in the group chat.
Charlie Murphy. Oh God!
Let me stop being mean. But he was though. But you see it. You want to put it there?
Let me see. Let me see.
All right, but so Mike, do you think Jalen Carter should have been suspended for this week's game against the Chiefs?
I mean, he already served the one game. And spitting is one of them things you don't do, bro. Like, you don't spit on another man. Like I was surprised nobody from like one of them Dallas old linemen, and maybe they didn't see it when it went off in his jaw. But that spitting ain't got like there's a
Whoa! You said he went off in his jaw.
should have.
He should have went off in his.
One of them dudes should have.
You hear what you're saying? He went off in his jaw.
I should have punched.
You hear that smart?
Somebody should have punched.
There you go. Thank you. Because you went off in his jaw. I would say that what she said.
Exactly. You're right. I think that Jalen Carter has got to be smarter. I think Jalen Carter has got to realize that arguably Jalen Carter is probably the best defensive tackle in football, and he can hurt his team like that. You can't do that against Kansas City. You got to play smart. So the Eagles look a little different though, man. They looked predictable on offense. Defense, didn't look the same. And maybe that was because Jalen Carter was out there. But they didn't look like just dominant. Now remind you that's a division game. So the teams in your division, they already know what you're gonna do. So they are prepared for it. But Dallas looked better than what I thought they did. But Jalen Carter, ain't no place for that in the game. And let me tell y'all something. You saw it in the Florida game. You're going to see that again somewhere this season. On one of these levels, high school, college, pro, you'll see it again.
Yeah, because it's a copycat sport, man. I want y'all to think about that celebration that remember Amon Ra was St. Brown. Mm-hmm. He did that headstand last year because he copied a guy in high school. So they copy each other all the time, bro. It's not. That's what it is.
Yeah, I still think he should, because think about it. If they would have announced a suspension the day after that game, that dude that spit in the Florida game wouldn't have spit.
That's true. That's true. That is true.
He wouldn't spit. But the reason why the Eagles don't look the same, they lost a lot of players on defense. They weren't not just starters. You lost key rotation guys.
Mm-hmm. Darius Slay, Big
Darius
Sweat.
Slay is in the Steelers. He's with the Steelers, I remember correctly. Their secondary looks different. So
I think
Cooper DeJean.
Big Sweat from Mississippi State, if I'm not mistaken. I think he went to Mississippi State.
Sweat.
Then he played, he played some years in Washington. Ended up with the Eagles and won a Super Bowl, but I think his contract was up. That's a big key. That's why you have to have a Jalen Carter in the meeting, because Big Sweat ain't there.
Yeah, the David looked compromised to me without Jalen Carter, and it looked more compromised because it would have looked compromised even if he was playing, because your secondary is suspect now.
Yep.
Especially, I think C.J. Gardner-Johnson, I think he left also too. That's another key person that left. And like I said, you lost a lot of key rotational players. Milton Williams, the big guy up front. That's Mekhi Becton, I believe, went to the Chargers. But the Eagles' offensive line is still good. I just think the Dallas Cowboys keyed on Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. I got a hot take. It's gonna be a hot take. I think A.J. Brown gonna get traded before the trade deadline.
I think that I don't know, because I really think that I can't say that, Fade, because of the fact that I think he understands what they're doing more now. Last year he wasn't getting the ball. He was really vocal about it. And now it's like, okay, I understand what we're trying to do. They're telling me what the game plan is, and I just have to kind of grin and bear it. But I think he'll get his touches. If he don't get his touches, yeah, he probably will request a trade before the trade deadline. I wouldn't doubt it.
Mike, I know you coach basketball, but I don't know if you coach football. I know you referee football. How would you find ways for A.J. Brown to get the ball? I know I'm trying to probably can't give him a couple quick slants or jet sweeps.
Quick slants, put him in the backfield. Just quick throws to the side. Jalen Hurts, man, don't really use Devontae Smith or A.J. Brown like he should, man. And maybe it was just a game plan, but man, you got to get them dudes the ball, man. You got to.
Is that his fault? Because I don't think he's calling the plays last time I checked.
He ain't necessarily calling the plays, but at the same time, one of those dudes got to be open when you do your progression. Like, when you go through your progressions, you're looking at who you're supposed to be throwing it to first. They ain't tell. Them other two dudes got to be open sometime. So you got to. Philadelphia has to decide if they're going to be a running team or a passing team. And right now, they are running the football team.
I mean, and to your point, why wouldn't you be? Because you got the best running back in the NFL back there. You gonna do that. Not to mention you got backs behind them that can spell him. That get a few. They don't get negative carries. So you got Saquon Barkley, who, what was it, 2,000 last year?
2,005 yards.
Why not?
I don't think he's going to get 2,005 yards. I think he might get 1,300. I think it's going to be a bigger drop off, because I think teams going to put more of a focus on them. And I think the way the draft went for our defense, I think you have to run some over the top stuff on the Eagles, especially with A.J. Brown. You got to double team him, put somebody in bump run coverage of Devontae Smith, and have somebody coming backside on that cover 2 or quarter defense. Buffalo, Baltimore. Michael, did you know that the Baltimore Ravens have the most losses after having double-digit leads since 1991?
Hey, man, that game right there was good, y'all. If y'all didn't watch that game Sunday night, That's one of the best Sunday night football games I've ever seen, man. Baltimore, both of them teams look unstoppable. Like, you're going to see that game again with Baltimore Buffalo. Baltimore, man,
That's an
Baltimore,
instant classic, man. Instant classic.
bro, Baltimore had a play fade where they had Lamar Jackson, Justice Hill, Derrick Henry, and Zay Flower all in the backfield together. And they ran the option, triple option. Man, you can't do nothing with that. Who finna stop that?
Did you say both look unstoppable? Hold on. Let me do my Lee Corso. Not so fast, my friend.
Okay.
Not so fast, my friend. Last time I checked, before Derrick Henry fumbled that ball, they was up 40-25 with 4 minutes to go in the game. They were doing something. So Baltimore's defensive coordinator, last name Orr, if I remember correctly, former player. Let me go. I think he was a former player, former linebacker for the Ravens, who took over for Mike McDonald. I think he might be on the hot seat because your defense picked up last year because you finally just got smart and moved Kyle Anderson back into the safety position instead of putting him as a nickel corner. You know, I mean, Malachi Starks is going to be a great addition. Do you think it was an aberration, or you think Baltimore is going to just part of the journey for him, Mike?
I think it's part of it. I think Baltimore going to be a team that's going to be there at the end, man. If everybody stay healthy, they're going to be there. They are. And I, like I said, I think both of them teams going to be there, man. So it was just something that just happened. Derrick Henry fumbled that football, and that changed the complexion of them last 4-5 minutes.
You know, Baltimore ran for 238. If I told you you're going to run for 238 yards, you're going to have one turnover, and you lose the game by one, what would you say to that, Straw?
Woo! I'd be mad. I'd be mad because I'm a competitor. I don't want to lose the game. But I mean, I'd be mad on that point, and I'd be mad because we did what we were supposed to do and still lost the football game. We just talked about the defensive coordinator. I had to give him a stern look and a stern talking to as a man, because that you leaders are grown men out here. They ain't doing what they supposed to do. That's crazy. But yeah, I would look at that. That wouldn't sit right with me at all. That would not sit right with me at all.
Josh Allen passed for 274 yards in the fourth quarter alone. So what the hell defense were you running in the fourth quarter? Don't tell me you went to a prevent. Because Josh Allen
they may have gone to a bunch of zones, and Josh Allen he was able to pick them apart. Because man, I'll be honest with you, when Big Hopkins, when he was able to catch that one-handed pass, that was deflating. That should have deflated, took all the air out the building. But like Greg Siani says, we just gonna keep on chopping. Keep on chopping.
Yeah, Josh Allen threw for 394 yards, had 4 total touchdowns. I think if anybody gambles, I think you should take the over on Josh Allen rushing for the whole season. I think the over-under was 8.5, I think, this past weekend. He had 14 carries. 30 yards.
I'll put that on Prize Picks.
Yeah, so you might want to. I don't gamble because I don't want to spend my money. But if you're going to gamble, go ahead and put that on Josh Allen. Go have anytime it's a 7.5, go over. Just go over. Just go and go over, dog. They're going to go over. I want to talk. I wish Horatio was on here because he'll be roasting the Dolphins right now. Is this the last of Tua Tagovailoa and Tyreek Hill? Oh, by the way, Tyreek Hill has been named domestic violence lost civil suit with his estranged wife.
Ooh.
So and I don't think he's toxic and he's not going to be traded for because he might be suspended. But of course, I mean, his visit is, we won't know because league like take time on stuff. This the last go. It's the last dance for Tua, Mike McDaniels, and Chris Greer. Michael.
Yeah, it's a wrap for Tua, bro. I believe. You know, had 20 concussions, man. Funny. I ain't trying to pick, bro, but like Tua don't get it done after a while, man. It's time. They gonna move on from Mike McDaniel and Tua. They really are.
They may be in the same
Miami made
wagon
the
together.
playoffs about 2 years ago, and it seemed like they've been going backwards since.
You know where all this stem from, right?
That Brian Flores stuff.
Yeah, when he made those comments to Dan Levitar back in August.
What comment?
You talking about Tyreek?
No, I'm talking about last year when Tua Tagovailoa saying, I just think that the way Brian was coaching me, I don't like that. And Mike McDaniel, you know, he basically strokes me. He caresses me. He massages me. He makes me feel good. He makes me feel good.
Like Tony. He feels good. Yeah.
And I mean, Brian said, yeah, I could have handled it a little bit differently, but at the same time, Brian Flores told you who he wanted. He said who he wanted to draft. Chris Greer gonna do the opposite. Brian Flores said, I just don't trust him because he's always hurt. And just as the sky is blue and Georgia clay is red, where has Tua been?
Without a guardian cap.
Without a guardian cap, because he said he ain't wearing one. He said that last year. I ain't wearing a guardian cap. What happened to him in week 3? What happened to week 3, week 4?
He gonna be like dude on Harlem Night. You want to be rich nigga. I see. So come.
Come on, baby. He gotta get the dozen.
You see what I'm saying? You heard what I'm saying? Yeah, I see now.
Come on, babies. Come on, babies. So, but yeah, I wish Shot was on here tonight so we could just, you know, but Shot, he's about to be the new head coach of North Carolina. He's getting prepared for that. I know you get tired of us telling him that. You meet Bill Belichick, you know, hey, you gotta speculate. Hold on. I got breaking news. Breaking news. Horatio Major has just had an interview with the Florida Gators as their quarterbacks coach.
Wow.
So, Horatio, we're praying for you, buddy. It ain't for this year. It's for next year. Real quick, what's the key to the game for next week's game? Chiefs and the Eagles, Mike.
Philadelphia got to run the football. Philadelphia has to run the football, and they got to pressure Pat Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes has got to. They got to throw the ball. They got to. You know, they got to play. I mean, throw for. He got to get about 300, 350 yards. It's gonna be an interesting game, man. It really is. We're gonna see if Kansas City is Super Bowl ready early this year and not fall into an 0-2 hole.
Yeah, Philadelphia has a team ran for 158 yards. Jalen Hurts led the team in rushing. And then Saquon had 60 yards on 18 carries, 3.3 yards per average. And Jalen Hurts had 4.4 yards per average when he rushed. He was only sacked once. Didn't throw a touchdown, but didn't throw a pick. I think Dallas had a good game plan coming in. I think Overshown is back, and then you had Bland, and you had Diggs. Yeah, three cornerbacks that are rotating in on those guys. So I think that was one of the problems. They AJ Brown only had 1 target, 8 yards, and Devontae Smith had 3 targets. So you look at those cornerbacks. Dallas cornerbacks are sneaky big, 6'1", 6'2", with some size and speed that can match up with them. That's why they were going to Dallas Goedert. He had the most targets on the team. He had 7 targets. So 7 targets, 44 yards from Jahan Dotson running the slot with 3 catches, 59 yards. But Ryan, what's your key for the Eagles and Chiefs this weekend?
As bad as the Chiefs look, well, I ain't gonna say they look bad, but they look suspect against the Chargers. So I think that the Eagles are going to actually win by 7 in this one. I don't think it's going to be a repeat of the Super Bowl because it's going to be a chip on the shoulders of the Chiefs. So but I do expect the Eagles to pull that one out. I do expect it's a lot on the line because they want to get it's pride involved in this. It's a lot of pride involved.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the game of the week, but I just want to see one quick game besides because that's going to be that's the Tom Brady game, which means it's going to be bad announcing. My bad. I don't mean it. It sounds sad, but of course this Thursday, tomorrow night's game. Matter of fact, it's going to be a good game too. The Commanders and the Packers. That's a great game. Looking at that probably might be the best game next to the Chiefs and Eagles, then Falcons and Minnesota Vikings on Sunday night, and then we got 2 Monday night games on Monday.
Yep.
2. Baby gonna sleep. We sleep for the second one. You say that now. Baby gonna be sleep. Raiders in the boat.
The Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, quite over that, but it's go down. He must got hot. And Houston, Texas, and Tampa Bay. I can see Houston, Texas going 0-2.
I don't know, man. I won't be honest with you. I didn't even see Tampa Bay could have lost that game easily if Koo makes that field goal. But it was a fight the whole way. So don't be surprised about the outcome of Atlanta this year. But I don't know. That Tampa Bay did play a good game. Mayfield did play a decent game. So it could go either way. It could go either way. It's a pick 'em. It's a pick 'em.
Yeah, just Mike, what's your thoughts on Tampa Bay Houston? Because I think C.J. Stroud going 0-2. You trade away his left tackle. Tank Dell out for the year. Nico Collins looks suspect. You let John Mechie go. You have basically no receivers. And by the way, Joe Mixon is on IR.
I'm looking at a 21-17 kind of game in Houston. I don't think it's going to be high scoring.
Yeah, the over-under is 42.5 points, and Houston's favored by 2.5. So basically less than a field goal for a home game. So what does that tell you right there? Take Tampa Bay. Give up the point. Take the points.
Take the point. The points.
So I might go under basically. Going under on total on the over on the total points. Well, why are we talking again? We need a sponsorship by Pride Pick or somebody. Well, we're not sponsored Shannon Sharp, because Volume Sport.
I'm using right now Prize Picks and Underdog, so trying to see which one gives me the best payout. Comparing services right now.
I don't know, but yeah, I think that Tampa Bay Houston game should be good, but I think both those defenses are very underrated. The problem is I think C.J. Stroud has no weapons right now, especially like I said, especially if you trade away your left tackle. Trade away your left tackle. Yeah. But Ben Johnson going back to Detroit. It's a game to watch. Look out for it too.
So I think Amon-Ra St. Brown had some big comments on that, saying that they're going to boo you. I think that's putting it mildly. But it went. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they did. But I mean, he can't. I mean, how's he supposed? What he supposed to do? What is he supposed to do? Not take the job?
I mean, I think that's a job he's probably waiting for. But if I was him though, you could have had that Washington job if you wanted it.
He could have. Okay, hang on, y'all. Hold on.
Don't worry about the end anyway, because we got Mike. What we got tomorrow?
School in the morning.
I got Squilling in the deal. I got a Squilling in the deal. We want to thank y'all for watching the show tonight. Tell your friends about it. Support us. We might get a cash out. We need some money. We're trying to retire. We want to donate to the show. They'll pay for the stream yard.
We trying to get them there. We trying to get them there. I got an idea. I'm gonna share it on our feed, but I think it may be time for us to do some Facebook commercials where we just put it out there. Everybody puts one out there every week because we all have a different group of friends, and see who we can bring into the show. Similar to what Sports Center used to do back in the day, where they still do it now, but what they made famous with those old commercials with like the old Stuart Scott and those commercials. I think we could do that. And most thing I can tell you, tell a friend to tell a friend. I got my guy Chris Smart is on here tonight. Shouts out to Chris Smart. Me and Michael been beating this thing in our 1 hour group chats. Been beating this drum for a minute, and I think tonight was the first night that he came on. So shouts out to him. Tell somebody.
Yeah, tell somebody, because we trying to get the thing real. Me and Mike, we were talking about this a couple weeks ago before we let everybody go. Me and Mike used to do crazy stuff like this in Fort Valley. You probably, I think you was on the show. We talked about it.
Okay.
We talking about me and Mike. We did a Blair Witch thing. He said Mike ever tell you a story about when he did D'Angelo? How is the
yes, that video it should have went viral. That video should him and the ice cream.
Yeah,
I've been beating the drum of Michael Atwater. Everybody, majority of everybody knows that I was married in Memphis for 20 plus years, and Michael sent me his CD, and I tried to blow that thing up because Michael had a CD that was the most hilarious thing. Good music, but it was just funny. It was so funny. I think I was at work the other day and just bust out laughing about that Music Soul Child cover you did on Food. And everybody was, I couldn't explain. I just couldn't explain it. I just could not explain it.
Crazy.
I hope you still have copies of that so we can put it on Spotify or something, man.
I gotta find it, man.
North Georgia All Stars, right?
I forgot what the name of the album was.
But yeah, man, y'all put me on and I enjoy every moment that I spend on this show with y'all. And I know sometimes I'll be just as silly as Michael Atwater be, but that's who we are. That is who we are.
Since birth.
Since birth.
How does it feel?
That was crazy. Now, Ryan, he talking about a D'Angelo video I did in Fort Valley.
I know with your shirt on. I remember that with your shirt off, right?
He had my suit on.
He
had my suit on.
I had his suit on.
My suit on. Yeah. No shirt.
Oh, Jesus.
And I spin around in a circle with the camera. Do like this.
That was crazy, man. Man, I done some crazy stuff, y'all. I'm talking about Chris Rock, Kevin Hart, Bernie Mac type stuff. That if it was like the stuff I done back in the day, if we had camera stuff then, man, we all would be paid now, boy, for real.
Oh, we'd have been rich. We just had to make content every day, but we'd been rich.
Yep.
That's the only thing, because a lot of folks don't realize before we go really, we're gonna go for it because I got a cool more. These folks, they have these shows on YouTube. They got to create stuff every day to keep their clicks and keep their money. Like Shannon Sharp, you probably think like, why he keep doing these best of shows 2 days out of the week so he can keep his money.
But see, the thing about Shannon, he takes everything. Like his last interview, I think he did was 50 Cent, but the one before that is with Michael Irvin.
Oh yeah,
He
that was an
chops it
interesting
up
interview.
in the snippets and puts it on all social media.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we could do that. I think we could do the same thing, man. We just have to get a different type of platform. But I love what we do, and we're gonna get where we need to get to. I really think we are. But hey, everybody out there that's on Facebook and YouTube, once again, tell somebody about the Fort Valley Boys podcast. And if you want to be a part of the show, let somebody know. It's us three, it's a few more guys. But if you want to be on the show for a minute and just speak your piece and talk about sports and have a good time on a Wednesday night, come on.
Don't need to say nothing else. That's our show for tonight. Hopefully we're gonna have something good to talk about next week. We out.